Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to make delicious bean stew. Okay, so first off, I'm going to put my beans on the tray and be picking out the bad ones, just like you see me doing, right? Sometimes it has stones in it, so you're going to want to make sure you pick your beans very well. Then I'm going to wash it for like 2 times before I put it on the fire and let that boil. Okay, you don't want your beans to be too soft that it's gonna mash. Okay, so I'm going to add in some salt when my beans is almost done, just like you see me doing. Your salt and seasoning should be to your preference, right? So yes, I then proceed to cover it for a bit, then I let that cook some more. Yes, now I want to check if my beans is soft enough to my liking. So I'm going to want to press it. Yes, and at this point it's perfect and soft to touch. You want to make sure that your beans has a little bit of water around it because you're going to need it. Then I'll take a new pot, then I pour in some palm oil. That's what we're going to use for our stew base. Okay, I'm going to let the palm oil fry for a bit before I proceed to add in my chopped onions. Okay, you can use blended onions as well, but as I said, this is a very easy and quick recipe, so we're just going to make everything quick. Then I'm going to add in some ginger and garlic paste. I always have ginger and garlic paste in my freezer, so I never run out and I never make a meal without it. Then I proceed to add in some blended paprika as well. Most of the time I always have these things in hand because I use it often. Okay, I'm always using paprika, I'm always using ginger and garlic paste, so these are things I always have in my freezer, right? Then I'm going to add in just a little bit of tomato paste and let that fry, so the sourness and the sweetness of the tomato paste would reduce. Okay, just like that. I'm going to let that fry very well. Then I'm going to be adding in some seasoning cube to taste. Give that a good mix and make sure that everything is incorporated. Yes, then now I'm going to add in my bean stew with the water, just like that. I told you you're going to need the water around your bean stew. Yes, but not too much as well. You don't want your bean stew watery. Okay, I'm going to be giving this a good stir, then I'll let that sit on the fire for a bit so the stew can be incorporated into the beans. Okay, then I'll be adding in some mackerel, right? The canned mackerel in the tomato sauce. And then the tomato sauce, because I'm using the tomato sauce, that's why I use very little tomato paste, because that also has tomatoes in it. Okay, and this is also going to give it more flavor. But if you do not like fish, you can use the same recipe but with meat, chicken, whatever you like, right? But if you want it quick and sharp, this is perfect. Okay, yes. Then when I tasted it, I needed some salt. I did add some salt. Then I gently stirred up because I don't want my canned fish ripping apart and I don't want my beans to get all mushy inside the stew. Yes, at this point my stew is looking so good. Okay, yes. Continue stirring it and let it cook till you achieve the thickness you want. Right, so at this point I proceeded to fry my plantain whilst my bean stew was ready. You can have the bean stew with rice. People have it with kinky, which I've never tried before. I always have it with rice or plantain, right, which is so good. I paired it with some gari on the side. It was delicious. Try this and let me know.